to be the third.
Her currents pulled my soul.
Your soul I drag,
Drawn into her depths.
fallen into my abyss.
I remember the first day I met her.
How her beauty so great swallowed me.
And I got lost in something greater than what this world handed me. She handed me her lips, once painted by reflections of playful hickeys, sunset smeared on my neck. We foreplayed the role of Greek gods because we wanted planets named after our affection.
But I left bruises on your legs from gripping too tightly. Never meant to restrain you.
But I ran toward her horizon and found her lips reclining on the rising sun and got lost in watching her make love to the coastline her grace stretched further than any man's ambition.
The first day she touched me. She tightened my shoulders, hardened my grip to the point of suffocation.
I never meant for my mask to overwhelm those who came across it to my grip.
The slight hissing that escapes the pelican's last breath.
She was meant to last beyond lifetimes, not die along with me.
I saw conversations with your grandchildren, and their children years from now, they'd see themselves in my face, find traces of their mother's noses and their father's hair staring back at them. I was once what washed disease off those who bathed in the streams that branch from my body, this body. Not even to be sold, just to be used.
This body, overpriced and underused, sold on every block. I didn't mind it so much before. I didn't mind giving myself to the world. Without question, I let you have me.
Without asking, you took me.
And without complaint, I let you. She used to be an ocean before I covered her with my burdens.
I was the elixir for the desert's cough. The big oops of the century, only lasting some months.
I have broken her, drowned her in her own sorrows. Together, we are Mother Nature's greatest burden, forced to lock fingers, once adorned with coral reef and starfish.
My salt,
My compounds,
all that you are.
BP, bursting pipes,
Big problems,
broken promises,
the byproduct
of bad pollution,
bad politicians,
big profits, their name inscribed over our now crusty surface. You are the reason I gasp for oxygen
when I'm supposed to be made of it.
Shit.
They forced this earth to vomit of all that is our foundation, our core.
And although her violent cries have swallowed many deaths, my ocean baby, they don't see that you carry 9 million species in your belly. I remember the first day I met her. First day I touched her.
The first day she touched me.
I found a flower on the train tracks yesterday, and it had a scent of meadow. With its petals untouched from a bumblebee's footsteps, I put it to my mouth and I blew it into the wind to see it travel. Have its eyelids unravel and see the wonders of this world. This world has a beautiful way of making people. This God has a beautiful way of creating people. Something like clocks. And him. This little boy's mind takes off beat, but he smiles. A muscle reaction so subtle. Like an angel stepped into his mind and became a puppeteer, pulling these strings, stretching the horizon of his mouth. Have you ever seen a smile like the summer? One, teeth like dominoes slapping against the backyard table of the wind. That is the smile of a kid with Down syndrome. And he sounds like radios changing stations, trying to find an underground channel that speaks the message. See the message in his eyes. There is knowledge blooming like lotuses in his pupils. He has thoughts, but they seem to dangle like Converse sneakers on power lines. He is mute to time, but he still grows. Clarence, do you see an abandoned building? Like I once saw when I looked at it. Window pane stained with a mother's prayer for sun to shine through. Hollow walls reflecting echoes of confused looks. Graffiti like clothing dragging eyes to look at it, look at it. There is beauty in this building just how there is beauty in Clarence. His eyelids like window panes, molding his face like graffiti artistic, and his head like so-called hollow walls, reflecting echoes of confused looks and that offbeat tick-tick that people see and he hears. Tick. Tick. A, B, C, D, D, D. Cracking the spine of the alphabet, Clarence recites the building blocks of the English language, trying to build skylines of sentences only to have it crumble underneath the sunset of disability. His tongue is viewed as a crippled architect, but he won't give up until that tick-tick is gone. But Clarence, you are not a clock. You are a flower on the train track waiting to be picked. And that offbeat tick-tick is just the sound of angels kissing your forehead. I want to pick you up and put you to my mouth and blow you into the wind so you can travel. Have your eyelids unravel and that tick will be gone. Just fall into the wind. Because he is more than just an example of diversity amongst the human gene. More than just a lightning rod of confusion, he is human like you. Human like I. And this world tends to make mistakes. Because God does it. So recognize. All right.
Of my essence, so go squat somewhere else and steer clear from shitting on movie screens. I prefer the truth than Tyler.
I saw a rainbow today, a breathless figure fading over the horizon, vibrant colors washed out by this pouring rain, a dull retrospect of a black woman's beauty, engulfed in colors etched around the world, all meshed together like strips of Play-Doh and thrown against the sky, now faded into the emptiness of the night. Like the emptiness of the thought in your movies. The audacity of you to butcher the passion of a playwright, atrociously slaughtered and projected for the world to see.
Maybe you couldn't understand the complexity of each color.
Each color representations of what they call colored girls and the shades of their struggle.
You tainted them and made our souls blotchy and pale, which Chang'e never intended to wrap the world in. Non-mockery becomes cancerous, a leprosy
Extracting life from the pages she drenched with purpose and erasing it in the vain hopes that money will rise above awareness. We saw your movie today, and you did the unthinkable. You killed it. Literally, burying it 12 feet under with your...
My dress doesn't fit. Get me cool, please. Ooh, I can't find my shoes. That was your movie on mute.
Muteness and something in my ears in order to hold on to the soul insult. It is the only way to make you and others with similar mentalities realize how intricate,
How delicate.
colored women's lives are. I saw a rainbow today,
I saw a painting today.
and I didn't see you in it, but I saw the souls of
My mothers,
my sisters,
my nieces,
my daughters, linking together in a bond free of silver screens, where their colors aren't bleached, but illuminated to those places where rainbows never end. This is for colored girls who have considered estrangement, but found
peace
forgiveness in our own souls.